Hi there, and welcome to She Spice. Everyone's basically in the know about how Diddy screwed up awful kid records. And this is how things have been reviled or something. Craftsmen were straight up tossing seats at him to get out some wound up in prison, and others just went all strict. Now, 112 the 90s legends are spilling the tea on dumping Diddy and how it transformed into a wreck. This is how things have been reviled, and anybody who joined and went them to remains what is happening most definitely. So get this. 2 is singing an alternate tune, and it's hitting up close and personal for some reason. They're giving everything away on why they truly ditched Diddy, and it's probably a direct result of his supposed wild tricks. Seems to be that there's more going on than only the terrible kid show cash and having the option to, explore our own course in the event that you will. Being a terrible kid going for a walk down Diddy's past. No mystery he's procured the title of Party Lord. His unbelievable oddity offs certainly stand out recently, particularly with a serious case including one of his exes. The man sure knows how to stand out as truly newsworthy and keep individuals talking. Upon examining Cassie's claim, it digs into a few genuinely upsetting charges. The authoritative reports guarantee that Diddy purportedly constrained her into participating in close demonstrations with numerous males while he watched M and recorded the experiences. These occurrences, alluded to as freakouts, are said to have occurred in different inn suites, remembering one at the Trump Global Inn in New York City. The claim goes to the extent of blaming Diddy for coordinating Cassie, who was 37, at an opportunity to take part in unequivocal exercises with men, while he got joy from noticing the upsetting subtleties and even incorporating directions for her to cover herself with oil and participate in these exercises with numerous men, in some cases wearing veils and ensembles. The gravity of these charges is to be sure concerning and requests careful examination was having. They must be for the two of them. They were in the room, right? It's an oddity off meeting. It expresses that the music chief who she initially met as a teen told her it would turn him on in the event that he saw her with another deep. He purportedly employed a man. Furthermore, he got him to his home in Los Angeles to take part in the S-acts with Cassie. Mr. Combs coordinated for Miss Ventura to perform acts with this man, while Mr. Brushes watched them in the claim states. While he guided Miss Ventura and the man to do explicit acts, the whole experience endured for numerous days. The charges take a more obscure turn as Cassie guarantees that during an oddity off in Walk 2016, Diddy, affected by liquor, supposedly hit her upside the head, bringing about a bruised eye. As per her record, she attempted to leave the lodging while he was sleeping, but after awakening, he began shouting at her. Purportedly, he snatched at her, took glass jars from the lobby, and flung them at her, making broken glass encompass them. Trying to get away, she hurried to the lift, notwithstanding figuring out how to contact her condo. Cassie expresses that she returned out of dread that Diddy would heighten what is going on considerably further. These charges portray the occasions that unfolded when she returned. The lodging safety faculty encouraged her to get once again into a taxi and go to her loft, recommending that they had seen the security film showing Mr. Combs beating Miss Ventura and tossing glass at her in the inn lobby. Expresses Cassie's cases take a really upsetting turn, stating that Diddy supposedly paid the inn staff a strong amount of $50,000 to get security film from the lodging passage on the night of the supposed episode. In one more upsetting occurrence, tracing all the way back to 2013, the claim proposes that Diddy coordinated an oddity, bringing about a huge number of dollars in penalties to the inn as per Cassie's record. She was entrusted with organizing the area and employing male specialists for these experiences. Purportedly, she was told to utilize sites and escort administrations to find men with explicit traits. The claim battles that Diddy demanded these experiences week by week more than once, accentuating that it was our thing and our mysterious, she didn't need it yet. Cassie, who looked for the large dark and she was looking for the large dark, Cassie's charges detail that these upsetting oddities were purportedly a repetitive event in different lodging suite areas. She remembered the Trump Global Inn on Columbus Circle, Beverly Slopes, the London Inn in Los Angeles, and various intercontinental inns the nation over as per her cases. Diddy's partners played a part in setting up these occasions, giving things like child oil and grease to work with the experiences of the claimant. Mr. Combs consistently provided Miss Ventura and the soror with bountiful measures of D previously, and during the foes, Miss Ventura was given happiness, GHB ketamine, MI, and in over-the-top sums during the foes, which permitted her to disassociate during the awful experiences. It became a normal spot to get IV liquids in the days after a bout to recuperate from the unnecessary substances pushed upon her. She guaranteed Diddy would request that she pour unreasonable measures of oil over herself before he trained her and the laborers what to do. Mr. Combs would agree that things like getting that huge dark D and asking her how it felt as he guided her to perform for him. The claim states Diddy supposedly utilized his telephone, PC, and tablet to film the oddity offs, dealing with it like an individual workmanship project and changing the lighting. Cassie uncovered that she did whatever it took to erase any photos and recordings of the unequivocal demonstrations on the off chance that they were caught on her telephone anyway. She declared that Diddy illuminated her and that he had held various such materials. The claim takes a significantly upsetting turn, charging that in September 2018, Diddy effectively entered her condo after a supper in Malibu, California. As per Cassie's record, he endeavored to kiss her before powerfully stripping her and unfastening his belt, finishing with an allegation of R. He continued to R Miss Ventura while she over and again said no and attempted to drive him away. Following this supposed episode, Cassie said she did whatever it took to totally separate herself from her long-lasting R. She ultimately left the home he paid for and returned the vehicle he bought for her. However, Cassie said she experienced colossal, profound pain from the gigantic injury and persevered for nearly 10 years with Mr. Brushes. The examination of this case proposes an upsetting example, where Diddy is seen to apply impact and tension to people related to him in the music business. With Cassie's disclosures and the lawful show unfolding, it's become obvious that craftsmen connected to Diddy during the terrible kid time are confronting testing circumstances. The story portrays a complex and possibly unsafe powerful inside the business, raising worries about the prosperity and encounters of those related to Diddy and the terrible kid records heritage. One of them is 112. The 90s R&B period holds a unique spot in music history, being viewed as one of the most darling and persuasive for a long time by the class. It highlighted different subtypes like contemporary R&B, with New Jack Swing, hip-hop soul, and neo-soul each transforming the melodic scene. The period brought forth an overflow of immortal hits that keep on resounding today, filling in as a critical wellspring of motivation for contemporary R&B craftsmen. The effect of 90s R&B is obvious, molding the class and leaving a getting-through heritage that music darlings actually love, beginning in Atlanta. The famous R&B outfit 112 shot from the city's center to rule the R&B graphs. Their presentation in 1996 quickly earned them a case and a significant fan base all through their time at the center of attention. 112 had a persevering effect on the music scene, teaming up with persuasive specialists, for example, the famous Huge and Monica. Notwithstanding a decrease in their wide notoriety lately, their heritage remains solidly carved in the records of music history all through their excursion. The gathering effectively moved through setup changes and the unique movements in the R&B scene. Regardless of these difficulties, they reliably entranced crowds by persevering through works of art. For example, Cupid, It's Over Now, and Peaches and Cream. Almost 30 years have passed since their presentation, and for the people who might have forgotten about the gathering, here's a brief look into what the individuals from the lively R&B group 112 have been up to from that point forward. In 1991, the development of the R&B bunch started under the name Specialty, comprising 5 unique individuals: Darren Jones, Michael Mike, Keith Reginald Finley, Alden Lagan, and Marvin Thin Scandrick. After a tryout for Sean Diddy Combs in 1993, Queen's Q Parker joined the setup, bringing about the takeoff of Finley and Lagan. With a patched-up group of 4, the gathering embraced the name of the club where they tried out, becoming known as 112. Yet how did this name appear during the 1990s? The R&B sensation 112 burst onto the music scene, making a permanent imprint with hits like Just You, Cupid, and their coordinated effort with Awful Kid Records, label mates Diddy and Confidence Evans. I'll Be Missing You Anyway. Before their transient ascent to fame, the gathering was only a nearby demonstration taking a stab at acknowledgement. Initially known as Specialty, the group of 4, comprising Keith, Scandrick, Jones, and Parker, performed at neighborhood ability shows in chapels and schools in the Atlanta region. During their initial days, their director protected them with a tryout with Sean Diddy Combs. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.